Hello, welcome to the Everton News Daily. Sean Dyche has given his pre-match press conference ahead of Everton's home game against Bournemouth at Goodison Park on Saturday. The Blues have lost their opening 4 Premier League home games this season, and the manager and coaching staff be desperate to change that in front of their own fans this weekend. But there was some good news, or appears to be some good news for Everton regarding young defender Jared Branthwaite. Fabrizio Romano has reported, along with other people today, that Branthwaite is close to signing a new deal with the club, says it's in the final stages. Sean Dyche was asked about this, and this was his response to that question.
Well, first of all, it's a strange thing about football, celebrating a tackle. That's actually a job. I always found that one a bit odd. We've got a couple of players who do that. I do remind him that's an actual job. But no, I get your point. He's going along nicely, enjoying it. I do want players to enjoy it, mind you. I don't mind a human reaction as long as it's the right one. But yeah, I mean, if he's going about his business in the right way at the moment, learning all the time. He's playing with some good players around him. Good challenging training by the centre forwards, particularly with Dom coming back fit and Beto, different kind of players. So that's reaffirming the work you have to do as well in training, which is always important, not just in the games.
The contract then?
It's. I think things are probably close now. We've been speaking to him for a while, like we do with all players. Keep open lines of communication.
There you go. Like I was just mentioning them rather, Everton have lost the 4 home games they've played so far this season. Last week's defeat against Luton was particularly galling. I'm still not over it personally, but hey ho. The manager was asked about the feeling in the squad after that Luton defeat.
Yeah, good. It's a very frustrating one. I said afterwards, pulling your out what little I've got, because we played well, frustrating on set pieces, but a very good performance, a strong performance, and dominant in so many metrics after the game. That is on analysis, also on your eyes and the feel. But you don't get a win, and I'm well aware the business is about winning games, and that's something I've always been actually acutely aware of, even, with people have, sometimes asked why you play this way, why you play that way. Ultimately, you've got to win football matches, and that's what we're looking to do. We've delivered the performances, but we've not won enough games, and that's got to change, quite obviously.
Sean Dyche, was also asked for a team update regarding the squad. Anyone back? Is anyone injured ahead of the Bournemouth game? And this was the manager's injury update for that one.
Yeah, Shames is still making progress, but a bit away yet. Andre's been in and out with niggly calf injuries, so he's touch and go whether he makes the squad. They're the main 2. Hopefully they will be back, but not at the moment.
And I guess I just wanted to ask about the final.
Delhi, yeah. But he's a bit longer term.
Yeah.
Delhi as well.
They kind of skate over the Branthwaite news. It is really good news. We just need that confirmation that he has signed a new deal, obviously attracting interest from other clubs as well. But since he's got into the side, he has been in good form, and hopefully he will get better and better as we move forward. But that will be really a real positive step for the football club that haven't had lots of kicks, and we're all feeling a little bit bruised and battered at the moment. But that is a good bit of news to get today, so hopefully that won't be too much longer before that announcement is done. And there is more stories today regarding 777 and their takeover, or linked to it rather. Josimar have reported that more lawsuits have been filed against the group, and in particular they named Josh Wanda and Stephen Pascoe in those lawsuits. They go on in that article to say it could end the 777's takeover bid before it's began. I'm not sure how accurate that is. There has been a lot of these stories bouncing around regarding 777. And on top of that, finance expert Kieran Maguire has been speaking on the price of football. Again, he was responding to a story in the Daily Mail. He seems to have particular interest in this story, where they were talking about 777 only paying 130,000 of an 800,000 bill that was due to the English Basketball League. Maguire said it wasn't a positive story. His full quote here is, it's not a positive story, so you look at this drip, drip, drip. And yes, 777 has spoken to supporters groups, and fans have said, well, they speak very well. But they would do, wouldn't they? They're hardly going to say we're skint, but we're trying to buy your club on borrowed funds and borrowed time. So it doesn't look good. but they appear to be the only hat in the ring, and therefore you can understand why some Everton fans are saying the alternative doesn't look great. If 777 need to get some positive stories out if they have them, because right now it just seems to be hit piece after hit piece. I've questioned in the past where these are coming from, who's got the agenda to put them out there. But if there's that many of these stories out there, the group, if they can find them, need to start giving us some positive stories and positive ideas of what they want to achieve with the football club. Because we're all in a position where we're really worried about our football club. Farhad Moshiri's clearly checked out. We can see that by his running of the club. No one's being held to account at the club at the moment. And then you also have to ask why 777 are the only show in town as well. And is it really as bad as it's been painted? If it's either them or is it administration? We're not sure, but you know, them as a group, if I was part of their group, I'd be looking for every positive news story I could find. Because it is slanted massively one way. And therefore, you know, the more of these stories that bounce around, you do wonder if the Premier League would take into account all of these, these reports, and whether that would affect the decision with regards to the takeover or not. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, this has still got, I imagine, 9 or 10 weeks left to run in terms of whether we find out whether the Premier League are going to pass them as a appropriate owner to take over from Farhad Moshiri. We'll have to wait and see. That is it for the News Daily. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more great videos, including daily live videos, why not become a Toffee TV Premium member? The link is in the description. QR codes on the screen now. See you later.